Alrighty, what is up everybody and welcome back to Evospace. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to go ahead and start automating some of the the advanced computations that we need to progress into the next stage of research stuff. A lot of the stuff just requires the basic stuff still. I went ahead and did a bit of that stuff in between episodes, but in order to get into the next tier of stuff, we need to start producing these things. For us to be able to produce those, we need to make circuits. So the only thing the assemblers seem to make now are these recipes here. I was looking at some of the update stuff, I guess, and it says that it doesn't let you do anything except like these types of things anymore, which kind of sucks because some of the crafting recipes kind of take up a bit of time. But some of the stuff you can just automate in different ways. Like wood, you can have cut up in a cutter, and then you just take the planks, and it shortens the crafting time. So it's not the end of the world, but it kind of doesn't have a automated loop you can make now. So what we need to go ahead and do, we need to make circuits. So we need a bunch of coil and we need a bunch of plating. Coil we can automate in this thing. What is it? A one that gives us two wire. How do I make these? Can I make these? These are wood, so I probably can't make those in here. But before we go ahead and do that, we need to go ahead and set up a copper mine. I went ahead and made a drilling rig. I have the engine to power it. I have the furnace to produce the heat. And I think that's all we need for right now. We're going to need another drill rig to put onto the coal deposit over here, so this thing can fuel this thing as it's mining and fuel itself as it's running as well. Let me hop on over to the copper mine really quick, or the copper deposit real quick. I don't know how finicky this thing is going to be. So trying to put it here, it just keeps sinking into the floor and I can't see the inputs and stuff anymore, so I'm going to put it on top of a block. This is like right above where the icon is on the minimap, so hopefully it's not too finicky where it needs to just be placed on the floor. I'll go ahead and remove the block so it's not underneath it. There we go. And so, oh, it's actually not as big as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a massive like oil drill thingy. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now we can go ahead and power this thing. We need this thing, and it looks like we can have 3 of these inputs charging the power up on it. So that's cool. We don't have the copper currently to be able to do that though, so we're not gonna do that at the moment. Let's go ahead and flip this around. Am I pressing the right button? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can go ahead and power this. I didn't bring a chest, did I? But we do have stone, so we can go ahead and make a chest, but then we have to make an arm to pull the okay, well, you know what? Actually, hold on. Let me see. Is this even going to be a thing anymore? We don't have enough copper for that. Let's make this. Did I not click it? There we go. Oh, I did click it, and I just didn't see it in the inventory. Oops. So I don't think this is going to work anymore with that, if I remember correctly. And then we can go ahead and plop that in there. That's going to start turning this thing. The drill starts spinning, and we can choose what resource we want from it. Okay, cool. So I don't think ores show up unless you're close enough to an ore deposit here. And so we should be getting copper. Oh, it does go right in. I think as long as it has the item output thing. Some of, if not most of the new machines and stuff don't have an automatic output anymore for items, I think. Or they have one? I don't remember. I have to read the changelog again. But yeah, we're starting to produce this stuff, so that's cool. We can, temporarily, what I think we're going to do here, I think we're going to go ahead and just expand like a little platform here, and we're going to have a little tiny ore processing thing here on site with the thing for the time being here. So I'm gonna go grab our macerator and our hammer, and we don't have the ore washing plant unlocked yet. That is gonna take us a little while to unlock it. Oh, we had coal. I could have thrown coal in there. Whatever, we have plenty of wood. But yeah, let me go grab that. I need to make an arm. to process or to grab from the chest, and then we can go ahead and set up a little mini smelting area on site here. Okay, so the line is up and running here. So we have it coming from the drill rig here. We can probably get away with not having it go from a chest into the hammer, but I'll go ahead and leave it because that way we can build up a buffer and kind of have it running on its own. It doesn't seem to be producing super quick, so as we get tier 2, tier 3 and stuff like that, it'll probably produce a lot quicker and kind of warrant needing a chest. But since right now we're just using tier 1 stuff, I don't think we really need the buffers, but rather be safe than sorry, I suppose. But for right now, we have it going to the hammer. Eventually we'll have enough copper, we can go ahead and make another arm. We need a bunch of arms here. It'll go into another chest, go into the macerator, get chopped into a little bit more, and then go into a smelter to finish things off and get turned into an ingot at the end here. Right now, we're going to go ahead and just take this stuff out of here. Ooh, where did it go? I clicked on the engine behind it. So we're going to take the stuff from back here. We're going to throw it into here. It's going to get macerated down into the dust, and then we'll take the dust and smelt it ourselves manually here until we're able to build a couple more arms. We need some platage, and we need some parts. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and take the ingots and put them back into the hammer just to be a little more efficient, because it takes, in your inventory, it takes 2 ingots, right, to make a plate? No, it takes 1 ingot to make a plate. Huh. Okay, never mind. We might just use our inventory. I think that used to be two ingots for a plate in your inventory. That's why you wanted to go ahead and automate stuff last season. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm going to go ahead and let this stuff smelt down a little bit and get some copper going so we can go ahead and automate this whole line here. And then we can go ahead and focus on making another drill thing for the coal over there on the side. So we have the line completely set up here now. But I might not be doing this because if we take a look at the ore itself, unless it changes as the tiers go up, there's no point to breaking down material anymore. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if there was even a point to breaking down the material in the first season, because now, if we look at it here, one ore gives us 2 ingots, and if we hammer it, it gives us 2 dust, or ore gravel. And then if we look at that again, if we just smelt it from there, it's a 1-to-1, so we're still getting only 2 copper per ore. But then if we take the ore, the impure one, and wash it, we get 10 ore gravel, or we just macerate it like we're doing right now, and we only get 2. It's a 1-to-2. Since we only have the macerator right now, if we look at that recipe, it's a 2-to-1, so you're still only getting 2 ingots per ore piece. If we back it up, and we look at the washing thing, it takes 10 ore gravel to get, or it takes 10 impure ones, which is the hammering method, to get 10 clean ore ones, and we get 1 gold dust from that. So then if we look at the next recipe here, we can then macerate a 1-to-2 recipe here, but if you keep in mind that that impure dust only turns into 1 ingot, so it's a 2-to-1 still. So you're not, unless I'm doing the math wrong in my head here, you're not getting any more copper than you would just going straight from ore to smelting, other than the speed of which all this stuff's happening. The smelting from the ore itself into an ingot is 20 seconds, and you're just delaying the time you get ingots by smashing it all down. Unless you need this stuff, the gold and the ore dust or the ore water, for different recipes and stuff. Like, I think you needed this stuff. We can go get gold from it. One of these, maybe not copper, but last season there was one of them. I think it was aluminum. You needed like aluminum dust or something for titanium or whatever the purple stuff is. I forget what it is. It doesn't tell me anymore on that. But yeah, I might just leave this right now just to run, because I set it up, but I don't feel like tearing it down already. But we are generating some copper, so that's good. I went ahead and researched heat piping. If we look at the description, it says conducts heat energy and stores heat energy. So what I think we can do with this is we can go ahead and take the heat supply from this. Do we have any copper that we can make another engine? No, we need some more copper. Okay. So I just wasted it all on the heat pipes. Whoopsie. We need 3. Yeah, we need this one once it goes into the chest. And we should, no we can't. Okay. Well, I'm going to let that run. Now we take the heat pipe and we can put it right underneath the heat thingy on the bottom of the engine here. And if we drag this across, we can go ahead and put 3 engines, I think, if this is what this is used for, okay? Not too sure just yet. And then where is our furnace? We go here, and we might be able to get a 1 furnace to power 3 engines. But we shall see in just a second. So it is producing heat. The engine is running. Or is that just the leftover heat? Nope, the thing just ticked back up. So we are producing heat. This thing's still going. Okay, we're good there. And then if we come back over here, we grab our copper. We can go ahead and make another engine real quick. And we should be able to throw 2 on here. Now, granted, we don't need it because our little line there doesn't keep up. We have we almost have the chest full already of ore. So this is just for the sake of seeing what it does. The pipes are changing colors too. That's cool. They're heating up. Oh, we can even click on it and see how much heat's coming through. So it's storing up the heat as well, and we're producing more heat than we're using because it's still climbing. So we might be able to get away with putting another engine on here as well. And is it making this go any faster? It might be. Why is it not? Oh, you know what? Maybe it's the yellow bar up top is the kinetic energy that it needs to do a cycle. So maybe that's why these aren't running constantly, because it just instantly fills the bar. Huh. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can also go ahead and get away with it over here too, I think. Instead of having 3 separate furnaces powering our little setup here, we can probably just have 1, or maybe even that one. Just run the piping over here. But it costs a little bit here with copper. We really don't have it set up super great, but now that we have it running on its own here, we should start turning out copper pretty easily here. And then we need to go ahead and set up a line over here on coal. Yeah, we'll do this one over here so that it's kind of close to our base. So let me go ahead and sit here again. We need a bunch of copper so we can get this thing set up. I think all we need is a chest, and then I think, yeah, we'll just have a chest. We'll have a couple engines powering it, or at least 1 engine. I don't think we need more. We'll probably just take this one from here. What happens when this hits max level? Is it gonna, like, blow up? It's not gonna blow up, right? That's not in the game. It's just heating up. Okay, so I don't think we have anything to worry about there. And yeah, we'll just take an engine from here. We'll probably rearrange the heat cable as well to power these things instead of that, because I don't think it's really needed at the moment. But yeah, let me go ahead and wait around a little bit. So I got a little carried away with the heat piping. I wanted to go ahead and hook up all this stuff to it, just to see if we needed less than 4 furnaces. Currently, we still need 4 furnaces, so we're really not saving on fuel for this little setup, using all this stuff. The only thing we're getting out of it is like a huge buffer of heat, so we can have a total of 17 MJ. I think we got up to 8 here, but we're out of fuel in our furnaces. I don't want to cut down any trees right now. I went ahead and set up a coal thing in that direction, so we're going to go ahead and just bring some coal over here in a moment. We do have 1. We can just do this, right? Oh, that'll put 2 in there. Okay, well, that'll buy us a little bit of time to have this stuff running. And yeah, like I said, it produces a little bit of a buffer for our stuff, so we don't have to worry about heating stuff like super efficiently. We bring it when we need it, and when the buffer is empty, everything grinds to a halt. But we should be fine for a little while here. It's gonna take that. This is gonna spit out another one. Boom. Cool. So The coal thing is just a little miner with a chest next to it. We don't have any arms right now to self-feed it back into the furnace to keep it running constantly. But for right now, like, it's already produced a stack. It's only been running for maybe 30 seconds. It hasn't been too long. But we do have a little bit of circuit boards, so let's run back to our little base up top. And up here, we can go ahead and set down another computer. I already selected the recipe. We're going to go ahead and learn Distributed Computing 2, and for that we need 15 advanced computations. So I don't know if we actually have enough circuit boards to do this, but if we do, that's cool. If not, then we have to work on it a little bit here. But that goes there. It's just another little setup, just as that one is over here next to us. And then engine that I made and I didn't actually need last episode. Boom, and the computer at the end of it. Ka-chow. And like that. And then we can go ahead and select this one. So we get 3 per circuit that we produce. So that works for us here. And do I just put those in? I do just put those in. Okay, and then it'll start turning out computations. So we have 8 for 3. It's only 24. And yeah, we should have enough to finish this one. I'm probably gonna do a couple of these off in between episodes. Like this one, I'm gonna do for sure, just to get better furnaces and maybe be a little more efficient on the fuel usage and stuff for the time being. But yeah, we should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and let those cycle through. We should have the research done here in a second. We didn't really need this episode. Is there a reason why you would use this for that? There's no efficiency thing going on, so we need 1. And it's a 1 to 6. It's a 1 to 6 here anyways. So maybe if you just don't want to fill your inventory up and you have this stuff getting crafted elsewhere, you can just have it come into one assembly and just auto make these things for you. But yeah, we didn't need that right now, and we're not going to use it probably for a little bit because it's only specific things. Like I said, you can craft with this, so we'll probably set up a line eventually, but right now we're fine. Oh, I didn't have this thing producing any energy. Oops, I forgot to grab the coal. Actually, it looks like coal produces 11.5 kilowatts, was it? 11.1 kilowatts of fire energy or kinetic energy or heat energy. And then wood only produces 5.5 kilowatts. So we might actually not need to like focus in on getting the secondary furnace up and running just yet, because 2 furnaces produce all the energy we need when we use coal. So now with these 2 running, we have what is that, like 5 minutes? What is 20 by, I don't know, whatever that turns into. We have enough energy that's going to be producing to buy us some time here that we don't have to worry about fueling these things up again. And if we want to like push our storage capacity to its limit and get it up to 17 MJ, we can probably just throw coal in a 3rd one and that'll produce another 11,000 on top of what we're producing now, and it'll buy us even more time to need to fuel it up again. So with those 2 running, that's going to be more than enough to produce and function this thing, so we don't have to worry about it for a little while here. But yeah, I think what we're going to go ahead and do, we just researched the secondary computer. I'm guessing you can maybe do 2 recipes at once instead of the single unit science production thingy that we're doing on tier 1 computers right now. Maybe not. But right now we don't have steel researched, and I don't think we're going to go into that just yet. I'm researching a scanner for next episode because we can see more resource deposits on the map. But I think in between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and do all the ones that, or at least as many as I can, of the tier 1 science things. I don't think I'm going to do too many of these ones because we need to make circuit boards, and that's going to be real time consuming. So I think I'm just going to build another 1 or 2 computers just to kind of chug through these things so that we have more things we can build next episode and go ahead and get... Ooh, I'm opening all the wrong tabs here. and so that we can go ahead and get steel up and running and stuff next episode as well. So that way we can kind of progress and get some higher tier stuff rolling for us here. But I think that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. We went ahead and got our copper line up and running. Kind of don't understand why we would do this anymore. I thought we had a bonus last season. Maybe they took that out. Maybe it was never even a thing. I don't know. Maybe I didn't pay attention. But right now, I don't see a purpose to doing this other than getting 1 gold and some ore water. But yeah, I don't see the reason to doing this at the moment. So we might go ahead and set up a couple more of these and just leave the breakdown of the ore out of the equation. It only takes 20 seconds, and doing all this adds even more time to it for no real benefit, unless I'm just being stupid and I can't see it. But yeah, we'll set up a couple more next episode, or maybe in between episodes, so we have some resources on hand to go ahead and produce some stuff. But I think that's going to go ahead and be it. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.